Hello! I've just been over to Leyland in Lancashire, the red rose country, out of my beloved white rose counter, to pick up this exhaust for 30 quid. It's a Thunderace exhaust, which is perfect for that engine I've just built, but the only trouble is, obviously the bolts have snapped where the exit valve goes, and apparently the exit valve is stuck in there as well. It won't turn. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is try and heat this up and try and get these out. If I can't get them out, I'm just going to grind it down. I'm just going to weld a plate on there, because I'm not bothered about the exit valve, because like I say, this is just purely to get an exhaust on the engine, what I've just built, to get it, obviously, so it isn't loud, whatever. But if I can get them out, and I can unseize that, then it'll be a bit of a bonus, because I'll have a fully working exhaust then. So the first thing to do is I'm going to clean this up, and then, like I say, put some heat on it, see if I can get it loose, and we'll go from there. One out, one to go. See that? So finally got it out, which is good. That's good. So that's two. So just that little shit to go now. Let's give it a go. Right, so I've heated up the exit valve, letting it cool down, just squirted a load of penetrating oil on there, letting it soak in. While that's cooling down, I've filed this down. So what I'm going to do now is centre punch that into as close to the centre as I possibly can. I'll drill it, and then I'll get an extractor on it and see if we can just get that out. So here we go. Right, so I've had a go at that, and as you can see, that's fucking toast. So that's getting junked. That is absolutely fucking solid, man. So that's going to get thrown, but I've managed to drill a hole down there. So what I'm going to do now is stick my fucking cheap Chinese stud extractors in there, whatever it is, and we'll get that out. Right, so I've jumped the fucking exit valve, because I've been smacking it with a hammer and it's just not moved at all. But I didn't think it would, because you could tell that was solid. This is proving to be more stubborn than I thought. Still haven't got it out, and I've already snapped a drill and snapped one of them fuckers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a plate. I've got some steel somewhere, that shape, and I'm just going to fucking weld it on, because like I say, this exhaust is just purely for that engine I've built, that's all. I've got these bolts out here, because I'm going to paint it, and I've just give it a quick razz round with that. So I'll give it a quick razz round with that and get ready for painting. But first of all, I'm going to make a plate just to weld on there. But I don't know if that's cast or not. Is that cast? I think it is, isn't it? But anyway, we can weld cast, because I think you've got to heat it up first before you weld it, isn't it? But anyway, I mean, I could make a plate. Them two holes are alright. I could make a plate, couldn't I, and just screw it on with them two bolts. And I'm guessing that it'd just do. You know, if I put some fucking... we've got a wood burning stove, so why don't I get a load of that fire cement shit, just paste it round and then make a plate, drill two holes and just fucking bolt the plate onto it. I could do that, I suppose. It's a shame I can't get that out. I've tried drilling it, but them fucking things are rocket hard. So... I might attempt it later on, I don't know, but I'll see what I'll do anyway. The first thing to do is find a bit of plate for that. So what I did was I got a bit of paper and sort of like made a bit of a template like that, just a rough shape, and then I found these shitty plates things, put that on, cut it out, which left me with this. So that's more or less the same shape. So all I've got to do now is obviously just plug that and plug that with a bit of weld, grind that down, and then that's ready for welding onto there then. Now I don't know if that's cast or not. It looks like it, doesn't it? But it is weldable because obviously they've welded that steel onto that. So what I might do is I might plug that, get it ground down, grind all the exhaust down, well, a quick rub down, paint it up to around there, you know, around there, and leave that dry, leave that as it is. Paint the rest of the exhaust black. So I've got some black engine enamel paint, which will do for this, and then take it up to my mates and get him to weld it, because he can weld properly, I can't. But we'll see anyway. So I'll do that, I think. I'll get my welder out and see if I can fill these fucking holes in. Right. So I've plugged that all up. Trust me, you can't see through that. You can't see. I've done it on both sides. Ow, hang on, it's still bloody hot, is that? So if I turn it over. So I will do it, make it a bit better. But that's just to give you an idea of. And then what I'm going to do now is I did a test run of it. I just blobbed a bit of weld on there, and it's worked. So I might just try and tack that on, to be honest with you. If I tack that on, and then I can fill that in, it'll give me a surface to grind down on. So I might just try and do that. I might just try and tack it on and see how it goes. I think might do that. Right, fuck it, I've done it. I know my welding's not brilliant, but that just needs tidying up now with angle grinder. Oops. And I'm just waiting for it to cool down. It's fucking red hot. I think that'll probably do, won't it? I think. If I tidy that down with angle grinder, then just give it a quick blast over, I'll just fucking paint that then. At least I've got an exhaust now for the bike for 30 fucking quid. So yeah, right, I'll wait till that cools down, then I'll grind it off. Oh, do you know what? I have actually amazed myself. That doesn't look too bad. Look, in fact, I don't know if you can see that. Let me get it in there. Fuck! Just smack door.
Did you know this needs to be 0 sugar?
Right, so just let me turn this fucker down, otherwise YouTube will fucking. Right. Yeah, I've actually amazed myself, to be honest with you. It looks as though it's alright. So, once that's painted, fuck me, you'll not be able to tell. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give it a quick brush down with wire brush, just to get rid of the loose rust. I'm going to paint it, and I'm going to call it job done then. So I'll be back in 2. Right, so I've been giving it a quick once over with one of them things on, and it doesn't half vibrate. My fucking hands are numb now. But there's just a tiny little spot there. Can you see it? A little hole. So I'm gonna have to dig the bloody welder out again. Where's it gone? There, look. So I might as well dig the welder out again and just fill that hole in. and then fuck it, I'm going to paint it and it'll do all that then, I think. So I might as well just fill that in as well with a welder. So yeah, right, not bad. It was really hard work trying to get the grinder thing into the middle of there, and I can't do it. So a fucking couple of coats of paint would be right. So yeah, I'll get the welder out and I'll do that, blitz that, grind them down, and then I'll show you, and then it's ready for painting. And I'll hang it up here somewhere. I can hang it up on that, and we'll just I'll just paint it, and hopefully job's a good one. Right, you'll not notice that when it's painted, and that must be getting on pretty thin, because I put a blob of weld on and it actually made the hole bigger. So I turned it right down to as low as it would fucking do it, and I just sort of like went zzz, 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 like that, and just fucking put loads on. So fuck it, that'll do. I'm going to paint it now. Right guys, so I've used that heat resistant black paint matte finish, because that's just what I had left over, and I've give it a, and I could only find these frigging paint brushes. As you can see, they're massive. So what I've done is I've just blasted it everywhere with that. That's my bit of work there, my bit of welding, my plate. Once that's on the bike, you won't even tell. And that big blob that I welded was there somewhere. So I'm hoping you can see this. I can hardly see it myself, to be honest with you. So I'm going to leave that to dry now, and then for a couple of days or whatever, and then I'll do this bit here, because I can move them down then. So I'm actually quite happy with that, because I have now got an exhaust, and I've got an end can down unit. It's a micron one, it's got an hole in it, but fuck it, it'll do. So I'm actually pleased now that I've got an exhaust system for that fucking engine. So yeah, well happy with that plate. So that's it guys. What a good do. I'm not going to bother filming painting that, because obviously you know what it's painting this, because you know fucking paint's paint. But yeah, that's it. So the next time you see this exhaust, it'll be down at the unit, ready to fit onto the bike. So I shall see you soon.